Hey guys, good morning, everyone. Let me go set up this room real quick and then we can get started. All right. Today is Friday, December 31st, New Year's Eve. I don't really plan on trading today, but if I see something good, obviously I'll take it. But obviously we're going to be very, very cautious with our trades here. All right. This link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right. Good morning, everyone. It is 6:22 right now, so we got about 8 minutes till market open. Today is Friday, December 31st, New Year's Eve. We're probably going to see some weird movement in market. So I don't really plan on taking any trades myself, but I will be looking for trades. If I see something really good, then I'll take it. But for the most part, I think I'm probably going to be sitting out today because generally the market does move pretty erratic on New Year's Eve. Reason for that is that a lot of people are trying to pull out of their positions before the weekend and before the new year. If you end up holding a trade over the weekend, especially a weekend like this where it's New Year's Eve, there's definitely going to be some sort of gap when the market reopens on Monday. So you guys want to be a bit, careful with that. Charlie said, damn, variation just hit full TP. I just saw that right now too. Charlie's right there. That one variation right there. And you guys can see my background. I'm back in my office. So I'm back here. I'm back from my trip and I'm ready to get back into this. It's gonna be a lot easier because I have a way bigger screen here. But yeah, Charlie, variation right there just hit full TP. Hopefully you get at least one today during the live session, but we'll see. Hey, Patricia, morning. Morning, Charles. Morning, Nick. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Lorraine. Morning, everyone. So I'll give it a few more minutes for people to make their way in. At 6:24 right now, we still got about 6 minutes, so we still got some time until the market officially opens. Morning, Baded. Morning, Maddie. Morning, Lisa. Oh yeah, so Lisa's in Australia, so it's actually New Year there already. For her, actually, you're right. I think this technically is considered, well, in the Forex market, it's based off Australia time, so it's technically New Year's over there already, or this should be New Year's time. So market might be a bit slow, and then it'll probably pick up again once we get to New York session, which is going to start in about 6 minutes. Morning, Delmas. Morning, Al. Morning, Mauricio. Yeah, Randy and Nick said Lisa's from the future. Yeah, because they're ahead, I think, like 16 hours or so. All right, so this looks good right here. Anyway, the 6:25 market is going to open in about 5 minutes. Let's take a look at everything before we get started. So let's take a look at the news this morning. There's no news today. Obviously, it's New Year's Eve. Pretty much everything is closed for the most part. Looking over here at the retail sentiment, it's currently 71% short. So we're looking for longs again today. Basically looking to take some buys. Looking over here at the futures data, it's currently down 41 points, 45 points. I'm anticipating it to possibly drop a little bit and then come right back up. Let's scroll back a little bit. Yeah, we've got a lot of space from the all-time high over here. This is the all-time high from, actually we got a lot of space. So all-time high is way up here. We're currently at the New York low from yesterday, so we do have a lot of space and room for movement. But we still want to be a bit careful. So I don't want to see anyone take any buys and hoping, like, anticipating price to go really high. You guys just want to wait for those perfect entries, especially, we generally are very conservative normally, but today we're going to be extra conservative because it is New Year's Eve, and you're probably going to see price spike in both ways. You'll probably see price spike down when people are selling off, and then you're going to see price spike to the upside when people buy the dip. So you're going to be running into people in both ways. Running into volatility, people trading in both ways. So you guys want to be a bit careful. Last thing you want to do is enter a trade, and then you see a spike in one direction, right? But our bias today is definitely going to be a buy. So if I see some variations for a buy, I'll probably take it. Or if I see some triple confluence strategies for a buy, I'll take them as well. So yeah, we'll just be patient, be waiting for these. Yeah, at least to say future Lisa can see a solid breakout, at least 2 good variations for all of you tonight. Yeah, Lisa actually caught some nice profit this morning. She posted right here. So Asia session, which is her morning session, she caught about 3 trades right here, locked in 1,142. And then pre-market, she locked in a total of 2,043. So great work by Lisa over there. Yeah, she said that she's starting to like the variations. Variations are very good if you guys know how to use them properly. And that's why we focus on mainly the variations and the triple confluence, because we've been taking those trades for I think the past 3 months. We haven't lost any trades in the past 3 months now. So it's just been a good trading year so far. Anyways, let's see what we'll do over here. Rick said my morning sunrise is blue, so I'll be taking buys. Yeah, no, definitely, Rick. Me too. Charlie said it'll be funny if we make most today out of the days this week. Yeah, no, I can see it happening too, Charlie. Yeah, sell variation right there, but I'm not looking to take any sells. Market is going to open in about 2 minutes, guys. So let's take a look at the technicals real quick. The 1 minute right here is bullish, and the reason for that is because price is above the pivots and the trend meter screen. Looking at the 3 minute, same situation. We have a bullish bias here because price is above the pivots and the trend meter screen. Lastly, looking over here at the 10 minute, we have a indecisive bias. Reason for that is because price is in between the pivots. It's slowly moving to the upside, but the trend meter is still blue. So for the most part on the 10 minute, we don't really have any entries here. We have one big zone, which is right here. And then we have a couple smaller ones right here. All right. So no entries off that. Market is going to open shortly. We got about 50 seconds until market opens. So we'll stick on the 1 minute right now, and then we'll see where it goes from here. Here's a clean chart. I'm going to draw some lines right here. You guys can see exactly how the market's moving, pretty slow for the most part. And I'm probably not going to be taking a breakout today. I mean, we'll see. If it looks really good, then yeah, maybe, but for the most part, I'm not anticipating on taking it. All right, so the market is opening in about 10 seconds, guys. We'll see what happens when the market opens. So let's see. Our buy is still going to be a buy, though. So market is open in 3, 2, 1. The market is now open. So there you go with that bullish move that we were anticipating. This candle looks too big, though. If it's too big, obviously we're not going to take that breakout. We're going to let it pull back a bit. But if this candle here closes with a strong green candle with a buy signal, little Tanovic on the top side, then this would technically be the breakout. It's just a matter of patience and waiting for that confirmation. So we'll see how this candle closes right here. Morning, Barack. Morning, Fahad. Morning, everyone. Yeah, look at the fundamentals right now. It's currently 28 points in the red. So we're going to wait for that to push up a bit before we start taking any buys here. All right, so no break it off this. You can see that there's a big wick on the top side. No entry available off that one right there. However, it is a buy signal. So if this candle right here closes as a strong green candle, this would technically be the breakout. However, it'd be a bit risky if it closes below this Asia high. And also if this candle closes too big, because it's going to have to retrace a bit before it continues pushing higher. So if this closes as a strong green candle, this would technically be the breakout. I personally wouldn't recommend taking it if it closes too big, because you'd probably have to pull back a bit before coming right back up. So you guys want to be a bit careful. I'm probably not going to take this. I'll probably take it late. Maybe I'll take like the last 100 pips like I've been doing lately, just to, be on the safer side. So we got about 15 seconds left on this candle. I wouldn't recommend taking it right away. Probably wait for it to pull back a bit and then maybe put a buy stop and catch as it rides up, or just catch the last move of it. You guys want to keep in mind and always remember that today is New Year's Eve. I know some people are going to forget today is New Year's Eve. So this is technically the breakout right here, guys. But I don't recommend taking it right away because price may pull back a bit and then possibly go right back up. So, but yeah, this is the breakout. If you guys want to take it at your own risk. I'm not taking it. I don't recommend anyone take it just yet. If I do take it, I'll let you guys know. I'll do one of two things. I'll either wait for it to pull back a bit, retest this Asia high, Asia high, and then possibly come back up and I'll just enter it from there. Or I'll just wait for it to push up higher and I'll just catch the last of it. Because it is a risky move. You can see right here, price is kind of bouncing around that area. Generally it has to pull back, so I'm gonna wait for it. All right, so I'm gonna do a couple of things here. I'm gonna go and mark up the high and the low. So this is the low for the day so far. And this is the high. And this would be opening price right over there. Do the same thing on the clean chart over here. Opening price would be right there. This would be the low. And this would be the high. All right, so we'll see what happens here, guys. You can see it did exactly what we anticipated. Price came down, retested the Asia high over here, and then it bounced right back up. It's a typical pattern. Yeah, I'm not looking to take the breakout yet because the fundamentals are still red. They haven't swung to the upside yet, or technically they are now. Only 10 points, though. It's not very strong. It's only up about 17 points. We might see price just kind of die down a bit. Usually there's that breakout in the beginning, and then price just slowly dies down. So I'm not looking to take this trade at all right now. I'm going to be looking for the other entries. So let me go ahead and put the strategies over here. Like I mentioned before, guys, I'm only looking for variations and or triple confluence entries over here. There you go. Price swings back up. Did pretty much exactly what we anticipated. Still not in it though. I'll be following it, but I'm not in it. There you go. New high right there. What I might do is I just might catch the last of it. Last thing I want to do is get caught in any pullback right here, which we're probably going to see. Yeah. So the problem with this right here, I might not even catch the pull the last of it as well, because the London lows are right there too. So even if I try to catch the last 100 pips of it, it might bounce off this point. Price might come up and bounce right off the London low right there. Just a lot of areas here that are a bit risky, red flags, causing for areas of possible rejection. All right, here are the 3-minute strategies right here. Snipe. And the daily. So if you guys caught the daily yesterday, it came up right here at 7:30. It hit full TP. I didn't take it. We weren't looking for new sells, but you guys can see the strategy still worked perfectly fine. Daily strategy right there, full TP, little to no drawdown. Again, today we have, but I wouldn't take the daily today because it's New Year's and you'd have to hold it over the weekend. It's Friday and it's New Year's. So back to the 1 minute over here, nothing over here. There's a clean chart. Price just keeps getting pushed higher and higher. It's okay. All right, so we'll keep following it right there. We're not in this position. Well, I'm not in a position. There might be some people that are in it, but I'm not in it myself. So I don't recommend anyone take it. I don't recommend anyone flow into it because there just isn't a clear direction right now. I mean, we're looking for a buy. The fundamentals are slightly in the bullish, direction, 41 points in the green. Looking at retail sentiment, it's currently 71% short, but it's not enough for me to want to hop in because it is at a risky point right now. Nice. Rick said, luckily I made 1,600 on the breakout. Man, Rick is always catching the breakouts. So definitely nice work right there, Rick. I'm assuming you waited for it to pull back just like I anticipated because we predicted this whole move right here. You guys saw from the beginning, I mentioned that price is going to come back, so don't enter just yet. Come back, retest the Asia over here and then bounce right back up, and it did exactly that. So as you guys can see, if you trade something long enough, like, I've been trading US 30 every morning for the past 3 years, you see the same patterns. The same things repeat itself over and over and over again. It's just, it's the same thing. So you guys definitely, if you guys want to get good at something, I would recommend just focusing on one asset. Like for me, I only trade US 30. A lot of people trade like everything. Which is okay, but the problem with trading everything is that you never really master anything, right? You kind of just are okay at a lot of different assets, but you're not really that great at just one, any specific one. So it's the main reason why I focused on US 30 this past couple of years and I stopped trading Forex. I mean, I can still trade Forex. I can still analyze it perfectly fine. It's just, I make way more just focus on US 30 and taking higher quality trades. PC's asking, does a K2 prop signal have to show up after 6:30 or can it be before 6:30 at 6 a.m.? What are you referring to, PC? So I'm not sure what you're referring to. Are you referring to a specific strategy? I'm not sure what you're looking for. If you could be a little more detailed, I can help answer your question, but I'm not sure what you're asking about. Maddie says celebration on 3 minute. I think it might dip a little. Yeah, possibly. I'm not looking to take any sells. That's too risky. Can you take it, Maddie? Possibly. There's a high right there. PC's asking about the 10-minute US 30 strategy. Which one are you talking about, PC? There's two of them. There's a snipe and there's a daily. I'm assuming you're talking about the daily, but I just want to confirm before I answer because there's two different ones here. For the daily, you have to wait for the one after. That's the first requirement right there. Look for entry after New York Stock Exchange open at 6:30 a.m. So you're not taking anything at 6:30. You're not taking anything before 6:30. You're taking it after 6:30 because that's what the requirement is here. So you're looking for it after. You can't take the opening candle. You have to wait for the one following it. So right here, this was the opening candle yesterday. This was the one after, right? It's first momentum signal right after it. Same with like, the previous days over here. Or was it at? Yeah, same with like this one over here. It was the one right after it. So you want to make sure that you're waiting for it after. It's, just make sure that you follow the requirements strictly as they've been laid out. It's always going to be after. It's not going to be anywhere before, anytime on 6:30. It's going to be anything after it. All right, so back to the 1 minute over here. Still no entries available. This one's still technically running. I'm not in this position though, guys. So just if you guys are just joining the room, just FYI, I'm not in this position. This is the breakout, but I'm not looking to take it because the confirmations right now aren't very clear. We do have a bullish bias here on the fundamentals, but it's not very strong. Generally, you want it to be above 100 points. Right now, currently, it's only up 33 points. So the fundamentals aren't that strong. Looking over at retail sentiment, it's currently 71% short. No PC. So PC. So back to what I was saying, PC. If you just read the requirements, look for entry after, confirm the first valid K2 momentum signal. So you have to wait for the signal after 6:30 PC. The strategy, this is like the most basic strategy that you can follow. Just look at the requirements, PC, because you're asking, so the green column can show up at 6 a.m. No, it can't, because you're looking for the first valid signal after 6:30 a.m. It's literally a checklist. You're looking for entries after 6:30. Anything that happens after 6:30 is the one that you take. So just like I said before over here, this is 6:30. There's a buy signal here, right? There's no confirmation because you can't get a buy signal after a buy signal. After a buy signal comes a sell signal. So you can't get anything before that. You wait for 6:30. After 6:30, you take the first valid signal, which would be this one right here. Same with this one. There's no signal here. It would have to be after. I feel like you're kind of making it more complicated than it is. You just look at the requirements, right? If you literally go 1, 2, 3, that's it. You look for entries after 6:30. You confirm the first valid K2 momentum signal. There's nothing here that says to look for signals before 6:30. It says after 6:30. So even if you get a signal before, there's no confirmation after it because it's impossible to get confirmation. You're going to be getting a different signal after it. All right, PC. So I want to make sure you're getting this. This is a problem that I see with a lot of people who join K2. They overcomplicate things that are very simple. So you're literally looking after 6:30. Okay, so I want to make sure because there's going to be impossible for you to catch anything before that. So I just want to make sure you're not confused and don't make any mistakes because this is like one of the very easiest strategies that you can follow. And I would hate for you to make mistakes on it due to a technicality. However, today I don't recommend taking the daily. We don't take the daily on Fridays, PC, because the market closes. If you're trading on FTMO or any funding company, they don't let you hold trades over the weekend generally. So you don't want to hold it longer than you need to. Like, for example, this one right here hit full TP into the next day, right? This came up at 7:30. It's a daily entry because you hold it for like almost a whole day. This closed after market or like right before market close right here at full TP. You can't do that for a funding company because they'll take away your account. So just I wouldn't recommend taking it today. Generally, Monday to Thursday is okay. Friday, definitely no daily entry. You probably use one of the smaller strategies here. And this is exactly why I didn't want to take the breakout, guys. So you can see right here, fake outs in both ways. This is normal for markets move like this on a Friday and on New Year's Eve because you're going to see a lot of people selling off before the weekend. So I'm going to take this off right here. We're not in that position, so it's fine. But you guys are aware that stuff like this happens. So other than that, let's start looking for the entries that we generally look for. We'll be looking for the variation. We'll be looking for the triple confluence right here off these three strategies. If I see something good, I'll take it. If not, I'm not really pressured to take any trades today because it's better to sit out the market sometimes when the market's kind of crazy. And it was due to be crazy today. So you can see price came down, retested opening price. Price can do one of two things at this point. So you can see right here, price came right back down to test the opening price. Once price gets to this point, one of two things will happen. Price will either bounce off it or it'll break through and continue dropping lower. So we'll see what happens here with this following candle. And the low is just getting pushed a little lower from this point. So that's what Charlie said right there too. Charlie said probably gonna probably bounce off the opening price. Look at how big that 3-minute candle is. Yeah, that thing's huge. I wouldn't take it, guys. Like I mentioned before, guys, I'm still not looking for any sells at this moment. Retail sentiment is going to take precedence today. Retail sentiment is currently 71% short, so I'm not looking to take any shorts right now. It looks like they're trying to stack up some sellers right here before they push price right back up. So not looking to fall into any of these traps at this moment. Even if I was to take the daily off the 3-minute, I would want it to line up with the pivot scalp. So I would need the trend meter here to be red. It's green right now, so I do see it pushing right back up. So you can see both candles right here are actually rejecting right off the opening price. Right there. Nice. Yeah, Lisa said I took a short on a small lot down on a mission to close out this 50K phase one before I start work again on Monday. Yeah, no, you probably can, Lisa. You probably just need to catch like a couple more good trades. I'm not sure how far you are from it, but you could probably reach like a few more trades because I think you're almost there. Yeah, you're very close. We'll see what happens here. We're probably gonna look for the variation at this point. Yeah, Charlie's giving me a variation. So I'm looking for right here. We're probably not going to get it off this candle. It already pushed up a bit. You can see price just rejected off the opening price right here and bounce right back up. So as you can see right here, this is the range. We have the high range right here and the low range right here. It's bouncing back and forth. Not really much going on right here. Price coming back down, testing it again. See if there's any news this morning, anything causing price to really dip like that. So looking at all the indices right now, everything is red. The Dow is down 27 points, S&P is down 1.5, NASDAQ's down 8.4, Russell 2K is down less than 1 point, the VIX is currently only up less than 1 point. What's this? Watch kid. I think this is going to be about the that kid that had an allergic reaction to the VR. Oh no! So this VR said that people are getting kids are getting harassed and child abuse in the chat rooms, VR chat. I guess it's not that bad. I'm actually gonna buy one myself. I don't know if any of you guys have Oculus. I'm gonna get one myself as I get more and more familiar with the metaverse. I'm gonna order one today before the New Year's. See how it goes. Anyways, back to the market over here. Nothing over here really new. No news. Fundamentals are currently 25, 24 points in the red. Looking over here at the stock index, pretty much for the most part, it's pretty much flat. Half red, half green. Retail sentiment still 72% short. Let's move this a bit lower. Yeah, so there's nothing right now really available. You can see the range just gets wider and wider to the lower side. I think what will happen here is once it's done pushing, it's going to start consolidating or it's going to start ranging within this area. What we might get is we might get some sort of range within this area right here. So we might get a bit of a range right here where price just goes sideways. And then eventually it'll just price swing back to the upside. But what I'm going to be looking for is for retail sentiment to increase for a sell. It looks like they're trying to load up more sellers, which makes sense. For that big bullish push at the end, right? So we'll see how that goes. Here's the here's 1 hour chart. So looking at the 1 hour right here, it's still pretty bullish. Oh, this is your USD. I don't even know why this is open. There we go. So as you can see right here on the 1 hour, it's still pretty bullish. Looks like it could just be swinging back up as we end the new year. I don't think we're going to hit an all-time high, but no, it's 30,000 points, too far off. We're not going to reach another all-time high, but I think we'll probably close above the pivots towards the end of the session. we'll see price is slightly making its way up right here. Check the index again. It's currently up. It's down 15 points, not very much. So, you guys want to keep remembering that today's New Year's Eve. I feel like a lot of people are forgetting that today's New Year's Eve. I think tomorrow price might be dropping further though. Today might be the last day where price has, its last bullish push. Tomorrow might be a little bullish, and I think after that price might be dropping a bit. As people sell off. So no entry here off the 1 minute. We're still following it. No highs have been established. No lows have been established. These are just pretty much the open range right here for the high and the low. Nothing in between. But I can probably see price starting to range. This area here hasn't been broken yet. This area right here. So this might be the range. If it doesn't break past it anytime soon, which it will. So it did right there. That's cool because this will establish a new high right there. Once this establishes the high, then this would we start using this as a range. So let's see when this candle closes in the next 5 minutes. If it stays below it, then this will be the new range. If not, then it'll just probably keep pushing higher until it does establish that new range there. So I'll leave it alone for now and I'll wait for it to actually close. And then we'll see where it goes from there. All right, so there you go. As price pushes back up, you can see price didn't really get too far below the opening price. Price got right there, went sideways a bit, and swung right back up. We'll see if this low right here gets established. I mean, this high. Put that there for now. Never mind. It's just going to keep moving. So we'll continue to watch it. So pretty much a sideways movement right there. Nothing off the 3 minute, nothing off the 10 minute. Actually, this was possibly a snipe right here, it looks like. It's kind of hard to tell because it's really close. Actually, yeah, if you zoom in close enough, you can see that it's rejecting off the zone and the pivots right here. So this technically would have been a snipe. It's not one that I would have taken, but we'll just mark it up to follow it and see if it actually hits, which I do think it will, because I do think market's going to be a bit bullish today. So yeah, snipe right there currently running. I'm not in it. Obviously, I just noticed it right now. Nothing off the 3 minute, nothing off the 1 minute yet. Still pushing up higher. All right, perfect. So we got a pending high right here. If that closes, then we can use that for a triple confluence entry, or we can use it for identifying variation as it comes back up. All right, so as you guys can see here in the clean chart, we have the wider range, which is this area right here and this area down here. Then we have the smaller range within this area right here. If price continues to push higher, that's fine. We'll just keep pushing it higher as price continues to move along. Or if it establishes this as a high, then we can probably catch it as it comes down a little bit and consolidates. And then when it swings back up, we can catch it for a buy. So just FYI, guys. All right, we got a pending buy signal right there as well in the 3 minute. There's a 1 minute. So if you guys are still wondering what we're doing here, if you guys are new or if you guys are not familiar, we're looking for one strategy, which is a variation, which is a double wick rejection off a higher low, or we're looking for a strategy or a candle that lines up with an entry for all three strategies right here, basically a triple strategy confluence. Price just pushed up higher, so this is no longer the high. The new high is going to be right over there. Push this up a bit higher as well. Yeah. Plus, I thank goodness I dipped out of the breakout. Yeah, no, definitely. We kind of anticipated that to happen. That's why I didn't hop in myself. Even like getting into it late. You know, the price is going to be a bit choppy. It's going to be a bit irregular today because you know all the New Year's that I've been trading are like the day before New Year's. I forgot where New Year's landed last year. I think it was on a Thursday. Market's always been like this because you'll see people who sell off and you'll see people who buy the dip. Basically, people who want to sell off over the weekend, or I mean, it's not just the weekend; it's New Year's weekend. People want to sell off and get out of the market early, and then some people just want to buy and just hold on to it and speculate in the market. Yeah, I think so too. Maddie said, I feel like it'll end bullish. I think so too. Currently, right now, it's back to bullish. You can see all the indexes right here, all green. The Dow is up 2 points. S&P is up about a point seven. Nasdaq's up 9 points. Russell 2K is up 4 points, and the VIX is up less than a point. But they're all green right now. The Dow is just bouncing around this area. So, you know, it's going from green to red. So it moves a little higher. Sentiment's still 72%. So you're not really seeing much people entering or exiting the market. The market's moving, but it's the same people who are still in it with regard to retail traders. There's a couple of people going in and out, probably from other brokers, but for the most part, the majority of people are just sitting and waiting. So if this low right here gets established, you can see that we have an even tighter range. See if this closes. Possible variation off this. Nope, no variation. Price broke below it. Pretty dead market today. Well, I mean, not today in general, but right now specifically. It's actually moving a little bit more than yesterday, but it's still pretty dead for the most part. At least there's some movement here. So it's still moving like about 50 pips to 100 pips per candle, which is not too bad. Let's see. Nick said, I don't know, man. Looking like it really wants to switch direction. So I'm thinking it may end consolidated. I think towards the end, it'll obviously end consolidated. Nick, probably like around, you know, closer to the end of the day. As you know, people are out of the market right now. People are still speculating the market both ways. Or these drops right here are my anticipation of people selling off for the weekend. But you know, there's always going to be people buying a dip, people who are looking for long-term holds. So we're just going to see it move back and forth. It'll end consolidation at the end probably, but I mean, it's still moving a lot more than yesterday. So heavy consolidation, I think you're thinking of a range, Nick. I don't think you're thinking of like consolidation, because a heavy consolidation is when it's not moving like this right here. I think there's going to be volatility in the market because people have to sell off, right? People who sell off are going to cause price to go down. People who buy the dip are going to cause price to go up. So what I do expect is a range, a bigger movement, not just a small consolidation like this right here. Because there's definitely going to be people selling off. It's always like that on Friday. If you ever look at any Friday data, people sell off and people buy from those sell-offs. So I do expect a range. Consolidation though, I don't think it's really going to just be flat. Maybe at the last hour of the market or last 2 hours, but I think for the rest of the session, it's probably going to just keep pushing like this back and forth until everyone's out of the market, or not everyone, but you know, majority of the people who are actively trading. All right, so we got the low here. It's been pushed a bit lower. The market's moving, but it's not really moving that smoothly. You can see here that this range here is still 700 pips. So it's still a pretty big move. We'll see what happens, in the next couple, I guess the next 30 minutes or so. Because if we don't get much movement from like 7 to 7:30, usually it's just going to go into consolidation until like 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11. And then at the end, we'll probably get a bit of a push. But we'll see. I mean, everyone's opinion is valid. We really don't know. It's really a toss up for today, because for one, it's New Year's Eve. For two, it's going to be a weekend. Three, it's going to be a long weekend to be at that. Yeah, I'm not sure if the market should be open on Monday. For sure, it should be. But I think businesses are going to be closed, or some businesses. Let me check the calendar real quick. So it's bank holiday on Friday, bank holiday on Monday. So yeah, on Monday it's a bank holiday. I think the market is going to be open though, but a lot of things are going to be closed on Monday. So market's probably going to pick up on the 4th. And on the 4th, there's a lot of news, high impact news actually. So yeah, this is the news for next week, guys. You can see there's a lot of bank holidays on Monday. GBP's closed, CAD's closed, USD's closed, NZD's closed, a lot of stuff closed. We'll see. So that's why I do expect a big sell-off today, because a lot of people don't want to hold trade over a long weekend. It's probably a worse decision. You're going to see you're probably going to see a gap in the market when you come back on Monday. All right, so price is getting pushed down a little lower. Right there. Oh, nice, Kenny. Kenny's birthday is on Sunday, so happy early birthday to you, Kenny. In case we don't see you. Well, I mean, we're not going to see you over the weekend, but definitely happy early birthday to you. Yeah, Charlie said possible variation right here. We'll be watching for that. This, yeah, no problem, Kenny. Glad to have you with us. I know you've been with us for quite some time now, from YouTube to finally in the premium. Hopefully your trading's been doing pretty good so far. All right, so no variation off of this. It's too high. Let's move that a little lower. So here's the range for today, guys. The range for today is currently 1,360 pips. So it's a pretty big range. There's been some volatility in the market today so far. We did expect the market to be kind of dead. It actually is pretty heavy today. Not super heavy, but it is moving. So price is still dropping down slowly and then coming right back up. Let me check the 3-minute, nothing off there. You can see on the 3-minute here, there's some huge wicks on both sides, right? That's kind of a red flag right there. If you see a big wick like that, price is probably going to be pushing right back up. It keeps getting wicks on one side or the other. Delete this over here. I'm not looking to take any trades on the 10-minute today, guys, because I'm not looking to hold anything too long. Definitely not the daily. Not looking to take anything off the snipe. Just possibly the 3-minute, but not even that, because I'm not looking to hold anything too long. The last thing I want to do is hold on to a trade, and then the market goes into a deep consolidation. It's just going to get stuck. So you guys want to be a bit careful with any of these trades that you might be holding for too long, for an extended period. Rick said went from 1,500 to down 1,200, switched to 10 lots and made 3,500. Yeah. Rick is all over the place. No, but I'm glad to see, Rick, that you're back in profit. You want to be a bit careful though. But yeah, you can see the power of those 10 lots, huh, Rick? They make a huge difference. I'm hoping you're on a 200K count though, and not 100K or 50K. That's risky, Rick. Trading on the 100, because your max loss is 5,000. So the problem with that is that volatility can be really high. And if you go into drawdown, it'll, you'll get really close to it. Yeah, I mean, Rick, you keep doing it. I mean, one of these days you're just gonna keep hitting them back to back to back, and you're gonna pass your challenge in like a day. I mean, technically, you probably could have because you're you made 3,500. You only need about 10,000 to pass 100K. So you could probably pass it if you hit a couple more of those. Not that I recommend you do, but it's possible. There's a variation right here, guys. I'm not looking to take it because it's a sell, but this is a variation right there. Double wick. I'm looking for a buy here, so no entry off that. The high there just got broken. Looks like price is finally pushing to the upside. Retail sentiment's going to take precedence today, guys. So I'm looking at retail sentiment. This is going to be the main thing. The fundamentals here are going to be going back and forth, so I'm not really looking at fundamentals at all. I'm looking at retail sentiment. If retail sentiment is this much short, I'm looking to take buys because I want to do the opposite of what all the retail traders are doing. So fundamentals aren't very strong for a buy or a sell. It's just right down the middle. You can see it goes from green to red. And then with that said, it gives you that range where you can trade within it, right? So I'm looking to take a buy here. However, in order for me to take that buy, I need to reach a new low. It's too far down here, so we'll be waiting for that. There you go with the high. I'm gonna leave the clean chart alone for now because we're probably gonna keep getting a new high that's broken here. Yeah, so I'll delete that. Oh, nice, you're in phase 2, Rick. Oh yeah, so you only need 5,000 for phase 2, so you're almost done. You probably need like just another trade, 1 or 2 more trades, and then you should be good. I want at least one trade. Let me see if I could find one decent trade or one variation here. Damn, yeah, Rick said he was 1,700 away from passing, then spun out down to 35. Yeah, I mean, it happens, Rick. I know you want to pass so bad. I mean, you're so close to passing that you have that itch to keep trading. What I recommend is if you're gonna do that, just make sure you're taking something quality. You back to even, yeah. I would recommend just waiting for the quality entries. I know you get that itch to want to take the trade, and I know how it feels because I've been there before when I first was getting my funded account. That actually happened to me exactly. I got really close, like 700 away from passing, and then I started taking a bunch of random trades, and because I was trying to get the last 700, it took me a while. I did pass, but it did take me a lot longer than I would have wanted to. You got to keep in mind that you have a whole 60 days too. So as long as you just keep winning, you should be fine. All right, so nothing off this right here. You can see we have a new high that's being established right here. This technically would be an entry for a pivot scalp because there's a buy signal above the pivots. However, it's not one that I'm looking to take. I'm either looking for a trade to confirm on 3 strategies here or for a variation. I could probably put no, I'm not going to put it. I'll put it later, maybe for our next mentoring session. So guys, next week, we're going to have a group mentoring session. Looking at my calendar, I can do it next week, either on Thursday or Friday. Not sure which one you guys want to do. I'll put up a post in a poll in the group today, so we can schedule that mentoring session on Thursday, January 6th or Friday, January 7th of next week. And we have a lot of new members here who want to have that group mentoring session to ask questions and whatnot. So I'll be posting a poll in the group after this live session. All right, so it looks like market volatility is starting to die down. Each candle is like very small now, not as much as it was moving prior. see if there's anything going on over here. Nice work, Dell. Dell actually took a couple trades here both ways. Had a couple losses, but made it right back with these wins. He's in profit a total of 652 for the day. Great work, Dell. Charles over here made a total of 1,320. Looks like he took the breakout earlier, took it for partial profits and then pulled out. So nice work right there, Charles. I think that's it for now. If you guys have any profits you guys want to send over, go ahead and send them over. Otherwise, just sit tight. Rick said up 2,786 today. These variations have helped me take less losses and made profits. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, definitely, Rick. And that's why I've been focusing on these variations, guys. So a lot of people are wondering like why I've been focusing on these variations. If you guys actually look back and look at the variations yourself, they work very well. Like same with Lisa. Lisa was applying the variations yesterday too. She has more profits here too. Like Lisa was applying the variations during Asia session. She made some pretty nice profit right here. She took a couple more. It looks like right here, she locked in a total of 2,724. She took those sells earlier that she was talking about. She's really close to passing her phase one of her FTMO. So almost there, Lisa. You just gotta be patient, wait for those good entries, but I think you should probably be done with it by today, hopefully. Terrence over here, nice. Terrence just started a new account right here, FTMO. Looks like he locked in a total of 1,048 for the day. All wins, no losses. Great work, Terrence. Yeah, no, definitely. Delmisted variations are fire. Yeah, if you guys can wait for it, it definitely plays out pretty nice. Rick said, Happy New Year's, everyone. I'm going to do what I do any typical day, lit. Yeah, Rick's already got his tequila ready for him over there. Let's see, we got that high right there. It's been pushed up. Yeah, it looks like volatility kind of died down a bit. You can see that volatility is starting to change, guys, just by looking at the candle. So looking at the previous candles over here, just looking at the body, each body is moving about 100 pips. Currently right now, these candles now are only moving about 30 pips or 40 pips, not really much at all. So with volatility dying like this becomes a bit risky because it's probably going to go sideways into consolidation for a bit before it breaks out, but that breakout can like literally happen at any moment. Exactly, Delmas. Yeah, Delmas said yep, as long as you wait for it, can't be anxious. Yeah, you just gotta wait for it. Like literally, you just have to wait for it to you gotta wait for it to just come. You can't be like waiting, like you can't just be like ready to take the entry right away, right? Because if you do that, you might enter a trade at a wrong moment. I've seen a lot of people do that. Some people try to take double wick rejections, but it's not a variation because it's not off a low, and they get burnt. That's why it's really important that you guys have this indicator right here, the K2 high low indicator, because this thing takes out all the noise. Like for example, I see a lot of people who try to trade the strategy without the K2 high low indicator, and they'll just take random like double wick rejections, right? Like they'll take a wick rejection like here. They'll think, oh, this is a high or something, or one of these like random ones. But if you have the indicator right here, it literally marks up where the actual highs are and then where the actual lows are. So it's really important that you guys are following the directions and not just taking, random trades. Because that wrong candle, wrong identification of a high low could be the difference between, hitting a good trade or getting stuck in a bad one. All right, so we have a low here that's being established. This might be rejecting off this New York low, so this would be a perfect high low, perfect variation if it does close. So as you can see, the range is getting tighter within this area. Never mind, price broke below it. No variation off that. Maybe off this following candle. would have been a nice variation though if it did close right there. So maybe we'll get it off the opening price right here. About 30 seconds left on this candle here. Got about 20 seconds. I don't think there's anything else new happening here. Retail sentiment still, or fundamentals are still around same price. Hasn't really moved much. Retail sentiment hasn't changed at all either. So big rejection off the opening price. However, it doesn't look like we're going to get a variation off this. Yeah, I doubt it. It's too high up. It's up like almost 200 pips. All right. So no variation off that, but the range is getting tighter. So as you guys can see right here, we have the wider range. So this is the low of the day, the high of the day. We have a smaller range within this area and then a smaller range within this area right here. So price is probably going to consolidate a bit within this area, consolidating range. It's probably going to get even tighter as we get closer to like 7:30. This is like exactly how it's been every day, Charlie. I don't know if you've like noticed it. I know Charlie's the one that mentioned this. It's literally done the same exact thing every day. Has a bullish push to the upside for the breakout, then it comes down and it just consolidates. It's been like this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then again today. Yeah, it's weird. This whole week, it's the same exact line, the same pattern that comes up. It pushes up, and then it comes down, consolidates a bit, and then it pushes back up, or it comes back down, and then it pushes back up at some point. Let me see. Let me go to yesterday's over here. I'm just gonna see how it looked because it did pretty much the same thing. Right, at 6:30, 8. I mean, just looking at from there. So you guys can see right here how price pushed up and then it came down and it just consolidated. It doesn't look any different today. Price came up, pushed down, then consolidated. It did the same thing the day before that too. $6:30 to 8. It was a little more messy on this day, but it still kind of did the same thing. Pushed up, came down, and consolidated a bit, and pushed back up. But then, so this is what I'm kind of seeing happening today. It pushed up, came down, consolidated, then it pushed up higher, and then it came down. So basically the same thing the day before that as well. So this is something that you guys should be be paying attention to because these patterns always repeat themselves. 6:30 to 8 again right here. It did the same exact thing. So as you can see, every day this week, it's done the same thing. Bullish push, came back down, then consolidation. It looks like every other day, it either pushes back and consolidates or it pushes back and returns back to the upside, and then it consolidates. So pushed up right here, consolidated. The day after that, it pushed up, came back, consolidated, then pushed right back up to the same price. And then the day after that, it pushed up and consolidated. Right here, pushed up, then dropped and consolidated. So for today, I think price is probably going to push back up. Right over here. Yeah, unfortunately, no triple confluence right there. That would have been nice though, huh, Paul and Orain? That would have been good if it closed there, but it didn't, unfortunately. So the new high is just at that next candle right there. And now it just has to get reestablished again. But as you guys can see right here, price is pretty much just going sideways. Not really much is going on. It's basically just sideways movement this entire time. Oh, gotcha, Randy. Yeah. So One thing that Randy wanted to confirm was that the trend meter wasn't green, so it wouldn't have been a triple confluence. Yeah, it was blue at the time, so it wouldn't have fit the requirements there. Good catch, Randy. Yeah, definitely you guys want to be very, very on point with identifying all the requirements. Because one mistake like that could have been like, I mean, it could have been horrible, right? If you ended up entering the trade right there for a buy. But we wouldn't have entered it because it wouldn't have even fit any of the requirements really. Sorry, message, Maddie. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Want to see how that works. Pretty sure it's kind of similar to this other one that one of our other members was using too. I think he's taking a break. I haven't seen him very well. See. Yeah, the other Brian. He took a break for a bit. See, 719. Oh, I see. Is there you just take every one, Maddie, or is there just I see. Do you take every entry, or do you just use the like is there any bias that you use, or you just take every entry? Gotcha. Yeah, but like when you're applying it, is there any bias? Like do you look for the fundamentals and stuff, or you just take every one that comes up? Sorry guys, I'm talking to Maddie. We have a we're having a convo here in the Zoom, but it's a D. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, nice. So looks like we'll work on that. Yeah, no, they look good though. Every entry that you saw there, that'll be like the variation version 2. All right, so we got another low here being established. If this closes right here, this could be pending low. All right, so we got a possible variation coming right here. Or Maddie, it might be one for you as well if you're using that other one. Yeah, nothing off that. The volatility died down a bit. There's not, it doesn't look like we're gonna get a variation off this right here, fortunately. But the range is getting tighter and tighter. So as price consolidates, the range gets tighter and tighter. So this closes right here. No entry off that, but the range did get a bit tighter right over here. All right. All right, so this low got broken. Delete that. Still 70% short. Looking at the fundamentals over here. Still in the same place. It's around 20, 30 points in the red. So this low right here is getting broken. This would technically be an entry for a sell for a high low if it does close below, but no, it didn't. So no entry off that. I'll delete this. pending low right here. Let's see. Which one did you take, Charles? Oh, so Charles is talking about the variation that was right here, I believe, right? So there's actually a sell variation that was right here. That we were looking at. And it did hit full TP right there. It got close to stop loss, but it did hit TP right here. I didn't take it, but you can see that the sell variation right there did hit. That's the one that we were looking at earlier. But I'm not looking to take any sells. I'm looking to take just buys here. It's good to see that it did hit though. Man, there's nothing here. I'm like hoping that we get an entry today, but I mean, if we don't get one, it is what it is. You know, it is New Year's Eve, so I was expecting the market to be pretty dead. It's actually moving pretty decently, but there is no entries that are available. Nothing off the 1 minute, nothing off the 3 minute. Let's see how far did this pull back to. So actually, for this this daily over here, see if it actually worked. Yeah, it looks like it, or I don't know if it did. So you got close to it, but it's still active. For this sell over here, this daily sell. Not one that I would take because of the sell. I was just checking to see if it actually would have hit. Still technically active, but it looks like it would have hit close to it. A couple snipes here, but I wouldn't take anything on the 10 minute. Actually, a couple snipes there, yeah, definitely. And I wouldn't take anything here off the daily either. But other than that, there's not really much for us to take here. Nothing off the 1 minute, nothing off the 3 minute, aside from that daily that's still technically running. But you can see that there's a lot of wicks here. So if I turn this off right here, or not this one, this right here. Yeah, so this is why you guys want to be careful. You can see that every candle here, there's like pretty big wicks. So a lot of indecisiveness in the market. You guys definitely don't want to get caught in that there. Because there's no clear direction. We're still looking for a buy here, but there's no direction that's been confirmed yet. Price is still kind of just going sideways. If this plays out like it did 2 days ago, then it's probably going to push up eventually, but it's not going to push up like very soon. So we're still pretty much just waiting for this to confirm. If and when we do you get that confirmation. So if this high right here gets established, you can see that the range is just getting tighter and tighter as we speak. Let me just get this right there. It's pending. It's not closed yet, but it is pending. It's easier to see here on the clean chart. So as you can see, the range is getting tighter and tighter. If I zoom out from this point, you guys can see here that this is a big range. This is the high, this is low. Then we have a smaller range, and then we have an even smaller range within this area. So as price starts to squeeze, within this area here, it's just charging for a breakout, right? There's gonna be a breakout one way or the other. Hopefully it comes before 8, so we can maybe get at least one entry before we end this new year. But we'll see. Yeah, Fahad said, okay, I'm done for today. Happy New Year's, everyone. Yeah, definitely, Fahad. We'll see you here on Monday. Yeah, if you guys don't need to trade, it's completely fine. I just call it a day. I'm probably gonna be calling it a day soon too. I didn't plan on trading today, but I'm kind of getting that itch to want to trade if I see anything. Yeah, exactly. Rick said it'll break out at 8:05. It always happens. So like yesterday, I got off the live session like a little over 8. I think around 8:30, a variation came, and it was a perfect variation entry. It always happens. Always. All right, so we got a tighter range again right here. So you guys can see here, the range is really tight. You know, just looking at these lines here, price just gets tighter and tighter as price continues to move along. Possible variation right here. This is going to be kind of risky because of the session's high low over here, but we'll see. We'll hop into it if it closes above it. About 16 seconds left on this. So this would be a variation right here, guys. It closes. All right. So I'm not in it yet, guys. I'm gonna put a buy stop right there. Catch it as it swings up. We'll see where it goes from there. I'm not in it yet, but I'm going to put a buy stop there. It's super risky right now at this point. If it drops lower, I'm just not going to take it. But I will have a buy stop placed over here, and if it swings up, I'll catch it as it swings up higher. Good thing I didn't enter right away. So one click trading wasn't working right anyways. Had to enable it on this account. All right, so I'm not in it yet, guys. The problem with this being risky is the fact that it was it's really close. Like there's a lot of areas of rejection here. There is the opening price, there is the New York low. There's just, you know, when price gets around this area, this is like one of the confluences that I use. I like to look back to see you know, where price currently is around this area to make sure I don't get caught in any rejection points. Because when price gets close to like this right here, like New York low, price can easily like bounce up or bounce down. There's like one or two things that can happen from that point. And it just becomes an area of risk because you don't know if price is going to go in your direction because you're anticipating it to push up, but it can easily just go the other way. So a lot of things that you guys want to keep an eye out for is previous session high lows, opening prices, you know, other high lows, stuff like that. Yeah, Rick said this range is nothing but fuckery. Yeah, I agree. There's another vibration down here actually, right here. I'm not going to enter it at it just yet. Yeah, so Maddie said there's another buy variation right here for anyone who wants to enter. I'm still waiting for it to come back up because I want to make sure that it actually swings back up. But there is a second variation that's actually available down here. Kind of tempted to get in here for a discount, but I'm going to wait. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. I'm tempted to get in for a discount, but I'm not going to. And there's a sell signal right there, so definitely not going to take it. See my other chart over here. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna take it. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna trade today, guys. Because you know the market's doing pretty much what we were anticipating. Didn't really do much for the day. It was kind of slow. You see a lot of erratic movement in price kind of just going back and forth. I didn't take any of these variations right here. Thankfully, I'm just waiting for it. Yeah, Maddie said market's moving super weird today. I'm not trading. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much what we anticipated earlier. We anticipated price to you know, bounce around. And I, like I mentioned, a lot of people are trying to sell off for the weekend because it is a long weekend. It's, you know, it's New Year's Eve and it's New Year's Eve weekend. So it's gonna be a long weekend. Banks are closed on Monday. So a lot of people are just trying to pull out before, but I do see people still buying the dip here and it's gonna swing back up at some random point. Yeah, like what Rick said over there. You said now it'll go up filled. So we'll see what happens here, but I'm not looking to take any trades, guys. So if you guys do see anything that you guys want to take, I mean, you guys are more than welcome to take it. I don't recommend you guys trade today because of, you know, the obvious things, it being New Year's Eve, there being a long weekend. You're going to see a lot of people doing trades in both directions. with people exiting and people buying the dip. So let's see. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. I can answer whatever you guys want, but I'm not really looking to take anything today, especially after that big drop right here. It's no surprise, but it's also causes a lot of uncertainty in the market. I'm kind of glad my one-click trading wasn't working, because I probably would have gotten into this one over here if we were waiting for it for so long. It did kind of look like a good trade. However, like, obviously the main things that made it risky was the fact that it was at the previous session low over here and at the opening price, where price is likely to, most of the time it'll bounce off it, but for here, it didn't bounce off it. It actually went down. And there you go, as price starts to push to the upside. Pretty much what Rick was mentioning. So yeah, guys, if you guys have questions, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. I'll hang around for like the next couple of minutes. But I think I'll be logging off a little early today. I just want to close out the year or the week, the New Year's week in positive profits. I don't want to be risking anything today. So. Oh, nice. Yeah, Rick said, I thought that was a variation, so I took it for 690. Nice. You still made profit off it, Rick. Oh, this one right here. Yes, you got it. It looked like it could have been close to it, but Rick still hopped into it. Yeah, no, definitely, Rick. I'm glad to see you locking some profits off that. But yeah, the market is going to move like this pretty much all day, guys. There's not going to be a clear direction either way. The fundamentals aren't even bullish right now. They're kind of just pushing back and forth. You can see right here, they're currently 45 points in the red. Generally, for the fundamentals to be strong, we want it to be either 100 points in the green or 100 points in the red. But there's no confirmation right here. There just isn't enough movement for there to be a bias with regard to the fundamentals. The retail sentiment here hasn't changed all day. It's been at 72%. So pretty much some people in the market who've been holding it are still in the market holding it. Not really much for us to really take away from there, as it hasn't moved all session. Market's been open for over an hour now. So we would expect this to maybe move lower or move up, and it hasn't moved at all. So what I do recommend, guys, if you guys don't need to trade, just take the day off, take an early New Year's, and relax. Right? We've had a great year so far. We've had a great trading week, day, year, and month so far. So I recommend is just take home profits, guys. Just be satisfied with what you guys have for now, because it's going to be a new year, guys. Volatility will pick up again on Monday. So when you come back on Monday, it's be a brand new year trading. So I don't really see anything over here. Yeah, Roger said, feels like any buy high low variation that come up while price is below the pivots and fundamentals neutral would be very risky. Yeah, no, it'd still be risky because it's going against the current trend with regard to the technicals. Right here, the technicals are still bearish. However, the reason we were looking for buys was due to the sentiment here. Sentiment was going to take precedence over fundamentals and technicals because we want to trade opposite of everyone. However, the sentiment here hasn't changed at all. It's been at 72%. So it doesn't seem like anyone's really entering or exiting the market. Whoever's in the market is just holding on to it. We just have little scalpers hopping in and out of here, pushing price around though, which is both a good thing and a bad thing for people who are hopping in. Yeah, Charles, both of them did. So I'm glad I didn't take any of those trades. Definitely Happy New Year to Professor. Happy New Year to everyone here. Charlie's in it. He's in the variation. Hopefully it swings up, Charlie. I think it'll swing up eventually. We just don't know exactly when. So if I just delete these right here. So what you might get here, Charlie, is you might get it consolidating a bit. And then at the end, it'll probably just swing right back up. But I mean, you want to be careful. Just, I probably wouldn't hold past this low over here. This would probably be like the last area. This area here, I wouldn't hold it past here, because if it passes through this low here, it's probably gonna keep dropping a little more. I do hope it comes up though. It should be coming up, but the problem, like I said earlier this morning, is a lot of people are selling off. So a lot of buyers are probably just waiting for price to drop even lower before they hop back in to buy that dip. But a lot of people, I could tell, like you can tell how people are selling here. They're just selling to get out of the market for the for the long weekend, which is something that I would do too. If I was in a position, I would sell off right before the long weekend, because what's probably going to happen is market is going to be closed for the rest of the weekend. It's probably going to gap. So what we'll probably do is we'll probably see, like say for example, if price drops like somewhere down here, when market reopens on Monday, price will probably be somewhere above here, because it's going to gap all of those orders that people buy over the weekend or sell, or it might even gap lower because people are going to sell it during off hours. So if they sell during off hours, it'll probably drop, and then on Monday it'll probably be like way up here. There's going to be some sort of gap over the weekend. So let me scroll up real quick, see what else I'm missing. Yeah, like what Orion said. Orion said, I think it'll fill that imbalance and swing up, which is kind of what I anticipate as well. Let's see. Nick said, is there some sort of level 3 or tape that you can look at for US 30? I know you can watch order flow on stocks, just don't know about indices. I mean, technically you can if you have the data. I'm not sure if you can find it on the Bloomberg terminal, or there's some brokers that offer it. I know like Thinkorswim offered something similar to it a long time ago. I'm not sure if they still do. It's the same thing that you're mentioning too with that, Nick. I'm pretty sure there is, but it's probably gonna be really expensive to pull data like that, and it's probably not going to be available to everyone. Roger said, got it. So you said super strong retail sentiment will give you confidence in the trade. Yeah, it's been the same way that we've always had it, Roger. It's always been the same confluences. If you guys remember from the confluences, we look at retail sentiment first. It's always going to be first. So if the retail sentiment is strong for a sell, we're looking for buys. Pretty much how it's been all this week. After retail sentiment, it goes to fundamentals. Then after fundamentals, it goes to technicals. So it's been the same steps pretty much all year. So if retail sentiment is strong, generally we want fundamentals to be aligned with it. But this entire week I mentioned that towards the end of the year, it usually closes bullish. So that's why we went with the retail sentiment, because we were looking for a bullish confirmation. That confirmation is confirmed with the sentiment over here. So that's why we match those together, and that's what we look for. But it's not always going to be, it's not going to be the only thing we look for. We want it to match with the fundamentals, but the fundamentals aren't that strong either. So that's why we use that for the most part. But yeah, no problem, Roger. Yeah, Nick, no, definitely. Yeah, to get tape like that, like tape information, I mean, it's going to be really expensive. Like you usually have to be some sort of equities fund or some sort of a firm to have that kind of data, because that kind of data is really expensive. It's not a normal subscription. It's not something where you pay like $100 for. That's something that you pay like $10,000 for a month to have something like that, because that gives you like a huge edge in the market, especially if you're a hedge fund, or it's probably gonna be even more than 10,000, probably like 100,000 a month for like hedge funds to have access to that type of tape, because you can literally just follow the money, but most people don't have access to that. So yeah, other than that, guys, I think that's it for now. So if you guys do have questions, feel free to reach out to me through email or Telegram. Not really looking to take any trades here. But yeah, Happy New Year's to everybody. Today is New Year's Eve here in the US. I know for some people it is already New Year's for our New Zealand and Australia traders out there. But yeah, guys, we'll be back on Monday, starting off this year fresh. I'll come up with all of the results for this year so far. I mean, it's been a great year. I don't know if you guys have been following, our results that have been posted all throughout the year. But we've had a phenomenal year, guys. Like all my live trades here have been documented. If you guys ever want to go back and watch any of the live trades for this year, they're all on the YouTube. I think what we might do, I might do is I might be moving those videos to a private folder, because there is a lot of data there that a lot of us can use, not just us, but people in general, to see how the market moved for that specific day, since I do analyze US 30 every morning. But yeah, looking at the live trades for this year so far, we've had a total of 399 wins and only 34 losses, for a total pip gain of 122,620. So we've had like a lot of success here with the live trading, specifically with US 30, since I've been trading this every morning. And I'll wrap it up at the end of the session. So we'll put everything together, get everything, and we'll see how everything lined up here. So looking at everyone's profits here, we had Charlie over here with a gain of 510. Nice work with that, Charlie. We had Patricia over here. She said, done for the day, folks. Happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's, everyone. She locked in a total of 2,054. Nice work, Patricia. Yeah, great. All wins, no losses right there for Patricia. And we got Rick over here. Nice. Rick said, Happy New Year's. 2022 year of the funded accounts. Definitely, Rick. You're almost there. You just need a couple more wins, it looks like. Unless you're done already, you might be done. Rick locked in a total of 2,946 for the day. Great work, Rick. And then lastly, we got Sisu over here with 3,280 for the day. Great work, Sisu. Yeah, so definitely great work amongst everyone here. You guys have done amazing with this here. Charles over here too. Charles currently up about 7,000 for the week. Made about 1,320 off his first account, but both of his accounts here, total of about well over 8,000 actually. 8,000 for Charles. Nice work, Charles. Patricia over here, 2,054. And I think that's about it. Isaac over here locking a total of 1,190. Nice work, Isaac. And then we got, Isaac had two accounts. So one of his accounts here, he locked in 1,190. And then his other account over here, he locked in 1,390. Great work, Isaac, on both accounts. And then Terrence over here as well. Terrence locked in a total of 1,682 for the day. All wins, no losses. Great work, Terrence. So yeah, guys, we had a great year for 2021. I'm pretty sure 2022 is going to be even better, especially with us focusing on US 30 specifically. I know I was still trading Forex earlier this year, but now that we've made a full transition to US 30 and we've been focusing on these scalp entries, I think it's going to be an amazing year for 2022 for all of us. So yeah, definitely, guys. 100%. Yeah, Roger said your win rate is crazy, particularly in the last several months. Goal for 2022, follow you. And when you say something is risky, stay away. Thank you. Definitely, Roger. It's really key just being disciplined. Like for me as well, the older me would have stayed on here and I would have been looking for trades. However, I noticed to be disciplined, especially during conditions like this, where it's better to just stay out the market, right? So what I do recommend is if you guys don't need to trade, just don't trade. You don't need to. I'm not going to trade. I didn't clock in any profits for New Year's Eve, but it's okay because this whole year has been amazing for all of us. So, Happy New Year's, everyone. If you guys do have questions, feel free to reach out. I will be available for like the next couple hours as I wrap up the New Year's, the whole year's results. And other than that, man, I'll see you guys here on Monday next week as we kick off the new year. Let's kick it off strong. Let's have another great year like we did for 2021. And other than that, guys, cheers. So I think that's it, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you guys then, and I'll see you guys in the new year.